Hi, this is Larry Hatch for Hatch's Beer of the Week, and it's brought to you by Hatch's Encyclopedia of Beer. I think they're related. It's the only place you're going to find 4,000 detailed, humorous, historically accurate, complicated, interesting reviews of beer by true experts. You have to have 20 years of experience brewing beer, marketing beer, tasting beer, home brewing, whatever, to even write for our panel. And I've handpicked the experts that I've known over many years, and they're all really good people. There's no pooled ignorance. Somebody saying, "Oh, I like this almost as much as PBR, and this Belgian ale tastes funny compared to Michelob Light." None of that. None of that. I'm a southerner, so don't take offense at my southern accent. We're here exclusively at brew-base.com, and it's all free. Just go there, click on the style. You can even download the PDF review files that you want for your permanent use. We rate beers from 1 to 5 bottles, 5 being perfect, and we occasionally give awards of merit to really exceptional beers. Today's beer is by Ommegang, or Ommegang, as some people say, in Cooperstown, New York. That makes it a Hall of Fame beer, I guess, right? Yeah, something like that. And also a Hawkeye beer, right? Yeah. Because I don't know if you know James Fenimore Cooper. His father founded the town of Cooperstown, where the Baseball Hall of Fame is. And James Fenimore Cooper wrote the Nettie Bumpo group of books like Pathfinder, Last of the Mohicans, and that's where the MASH character Hawkeye got his name from, because Hawkeye Pierce's father in the story was a fan of James Fenimore Cooper. Anyway, I've been to Cooperstown many times, seen the Cooper family home, seen the Baseball Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, Ommegang was not there, but they really classed up the town a great deal. This is the second review we've done on them. I'm just a big fan of theirs, but they're not a sponsor. I'm just really liking their stuff. In fact, I'll probably do a review of one of their beers I didn't like, just so you guys know. I'm not too much of a fanboy all the time. The one we have today is from their Three Philosophers series, which is a good beer. Not a great beer, I didn't think. But this version it's the double chocolate ale version. And what they say is, chocolate is happiness you can eat, a deeply considered chocolate philosophy. So, anyway, Ommegang is very famous for their respectable, authentic copies of Belgian ale. And they really go out of their way to make them good copies. Some Belgians have reluctantly said so. Others have embraced that. You know, it's very hard to have another country make a good copy of what you do. I was in Britain and I had a hamburger that was, dare I say, better than Five Guys. Yeah. So hey, you get what you got. You got to admit quality is quality if you're a fair, honest person. Anyway, since about 2019, Ommegang has gone to some new places. They're not just doing Belgian ales, they're doing other ales, flavored ales, lagers, that sort of thing. And a double chocolate ale is not really Belgian, although the Belgians do add their wonderful chocolate to ale. Generally, it's not a thing they do, as a part of their normal course of single, double, and triple ales. Anyway, this particular one is a blend of their legendary Three Philosophers Quad Ale, or quadruple, with a Creek Ale. And Creek is usually a cherry kind of lambic sort of beer. And then they add a lot of cacao nibs, I should say. Cacao. And apparently they add a lot of them because it's really flavorful. They also add vanilla. And people go like, why are they always adding cocoa and vanilla at the same time? Well, when it comes to ice cream, Vanilla is the opposite of chocolate, right? But when it comes to confections and brewing and other things, vanilla and cocoa are actually partners, and the two of them work together. They work together like peanut butter and jelly, and I was going to say ham and eggs, but no, peanut butter jelly or chocolate and peanut butter. Vanilla and cacao are just one makes the other better. Creek ales are usually cherry ales, and so this amounts to, drumroll, a chocolate-covered cherry ale. Yes, woo! So no wonder it's good. I like cherries, and I like chocolate, and I like cherry cordials, so hey, this is going to work. Their partner for the quality chocolate is Taza Chocolate, Taza, and thus it's a collaborative beer. A lot of breweries will give credit to their suppliers for coffee or chocolate or whatever, but this is actually an official collaboration. So, hey, at 9.7 AB, it's quad enough, but it's probably marginal. I would think a quad should be over 10, but hey, it's got a lot of other stuff in it. We'll take 9.7, I guess, yeah. The malt bill they've announced is 2-row, amber, caramel, Munich 20, aromatic, and an extra special Cara 20. I see the Cara 20 a lot these days. The creek they use is from Leafman's Cuvée Brut. So they're actually using somebody else's creek. Well, hey, so it really is an American Belgian hybrid. I believe that's right. Isn't Leafman's Belgian? I better Google that before I finish this review. Yeah, Leafman's is a Belgian product. So they've announced that they've used Leafman's, presumably with permission. So maybe it's a three-way collaboration, and that's where the Creek cherry flavor comes from. The hops are Styrian Golding and Spalter Select. And by the way, people say Goldines. Well, you can say Goldines for the hop plural, but the actual hop is Goldine, singular. If you say I used some Goldines hops, that's fine, but Goldine is what it is the singular. The plural possessive is fine, but the hop is Goldine. Goldine, not Goldines. They use their own house yeast, and with them it's going to be probably Belgian and really good. I found the pour to be kind of unusual. It was a dark reddish amber, far darker than copper, and just a little different. I guess probably that creek with the chocolate, that's going to give you a weirder color than you're used to. The head was a dark cream, very diverse texture. It was rocky in one. And by the way, when we say rocky, that means it's like an uneven surface of the moon thing, with craters and mountains. I'll say something's rocky in one or rocky in two. That means how many minutes it takes. And it was a little bit more rocky and oddly shaped head than normal. Probably because there's a lot going on in this mixture. The first sip, I'll admit, was strange. And I wrote down strange as all get out. That's an old expression. It was not looking like it was going to be a perfect 5.0 5-bottle beer. And one of the panelists had my same thought, and he said it was kind of like spiced wine and delightful cough syrup. And that was sort of my initial reaction. So the first passage, the early sip was, just a little weird. And it was very strange. I said, I'm probably not going to like this, or if I do, it's going to be one of those eccentric beers that I admire but don't really like. But then it settled down, so the other flavors really kicked in, and it got, by middle passage, to its true nature. The Three Philosophers dark malts really got there, and they're got goodly hops, good strong hops in that mixture. So the hops and the malts started to kick in. Then there was dark fruit. I didn't originally notice it was cherry, although I was expecting cherry somewhere. But the fruit was kind of dark. There was an herbal blend, almost like a Ricola cough drop, and that's where our delightful cough syrup comes in. There was some licorice syrup, some dark caramel sweetness to bind it all together, and it would flow in and out with these different flavors. Malts and hops and dark fruit, a little real tart cherry, herbs, licorice, caramel, roasted malts. It was all just, and then the chocolate. Oh my God, I forgot the chocolate. Jeez. And then the chocolate, just once the chocolate hits, it stays there. And boy, this would be an interesting one to mass spec the chemistry of it. Your machine would probably explode after working for 22 hours to calculate it all. Anyway, one of our panelists said, curious and curiouser by the second, almost as complex as a premium bourbon with 20 different notes plus chocolate, herbs, and cherries to boot. Intriguing, and there is nothing like it. A lot of these weird, eccentric, herbally, dark fruited beers, we end up giving them a 4.5 rating, just because some people like it and some people don't. But our entire panel voted to give it a perfect score. So once you spent time with it, again, if you're going to a beer thing and you sample a beer in one of those little tiny cups, you are not going to get the full nature of a beer, especially one that's complicated in an ale where there might be yeast involved at the bottom, and you will go through, like I say, 20 different notes. Well, you're not going to get 20 different notes on a little sippy cup. Sorry, it's not going to happen. You need to spend time in the whole bottle. And by the way, our panel all swore to me, and I certainly did, drank this entire bottle over a course of time. So, hey, we really sorted it out with our human mass spectrometry. And we got those herbs and the chocolate and the cherries and those other dark fruits and so on. And we were kind of puzzled by it, but the complexity just got to us, and we really liked it. In the final analysis, we liked it. And it did have some eccentricities, like a Ferrari or something, or a Lamborghini, or a Porsche. They all have eccentricities, but they're not flaws. They're just peculiarities. And in the case of the Three Philosophers Double Dark Chocolate, or Double Chocolate, it's wonderful. It's really wonderful. It won't be boring if you bring it to a beer tasting or to someone's table. This is one beer that's going to get the discussions going, maybe some arguments too. Probably not everybody's going to like it, but I think if you're a complicated chocolate ale lover, and with an open mind, you're going to love this stuff. And like I say, if you bring it to a group of people that are beer knowledgeable or not, you're going to get some interesting discussions. And Ommegang is a major supplier, so hopefully this stuff will be available in your area for a considerable period of time. Thanks for listening again, and please visit us at brew-base.com, 100% free.